Hi, my name is Candy Bryant, and I'm so excited to be here telling my story so that other women can live. I was diagnosed with breast cancer at the age of 39. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was June 17, 2016, the day of my husband's birthday. Just to back up a little bit, I found something in my right breast in April of 2016. And I knew I had some discomfort, but something very interesting happened. I believe it was a miracle. I was on the couch on a Saturday morning flipping channels, and I stopped on a breast cancer special. And they said something I'd never heard before. They said, if you have a dimple anywhere on your breast, you need to get checked out. It could be breast cancer. So I did my self-examination that morning like I normally did, and sure enough, I saw the dimple on my right side. I immediately called my doctor and got scheduled for my annual, and when I went in, they said, yes, you have a lump, you need to get scheduled for your mammogram. Now, even though the doctor's office was responsible for scheduling me, I was calling the testing center every day, telling them, if you could get me on the cancellation list, I will come in at the drop of a dime. I knew one thing, that speed and urgency could save a life, and I was trying to save my life. So sure enough, they put me on the cancellation list. So on Wednesday, I went in for my mammogram. Thursday, they got me in for a biopsy. Friday, I got the call. Candida, this is breast cancer. It was stage 3 with lymph node involvement, which meant I would have to go through chemotherapy to make sure that no cancer cells had traveled throughout the rest of my body. So I went through chemo from July of 2016, and I rang that bell on December 10th, 2016, so excited that part of my journey had ended. In January of 2017, I had a double mastectomy. Although the cancer was on the right side, I didn't want to take any chances of it coming back on the left side. I wanted to be here for my 5-year-old, which kind of leads me to the biggest fear that I had. Through the whole journey, I had a great support team. My faith kept me strong, and my faith increased. I believe I grew closer to God than ever before. When your life is at stake, you just cling to God. And so the one thought that was a fear was I could not picture myself missing my daughter's wedding, missing her graduation. I knew I had to be here. I knew I had to be alive. And so one of the frustrating things that I experienced was going to the doctor and asking, what can I do holistically or naturally to help my body regain strength and recover from the chemo? And I got blank stares. And so I went on this natural journey hunt on my own. And it was frustrating. And I think as a woman of color, I hadn't heard enough stories being told from women in my circle. And actually, as a result of my journey, I began talking about it to other women and women of color. And the responses I got were they didn't know that, could aluminum be in deodorant? And the fact that they stopped me from using birth control right from the beginning of the diagnosis was an indicator that something was wrong. Now, my breast cancer was hormone positive, and so it would be different for another woman in a different situation with different cancer, but we weren't having conversations in my circle of friends with other women of color. And so I want to tell my story, and I have been telling my story so we can live. So what does the future look like? For me, the future is bright. I can say that this journey has given me a new sense of purpose, and I started an organization to help inspire women, and started my own show to have conversations and hear testimonies and victories from women that have gone through trials. And so I've dedicated my life and repurposed my life to be a life that inspires. And so thank you for allowing me to tell my story and to be a part of the storytelling. We have to talk about it. Early detection is key. And so I want to thank you for all that you do. And I hope that this story helps someone out there.